Hi guys, welcome to Code Bashers. So guys, as you all know that TCS NQT for 2025 batch students is starting from tomorrow, that is 3rd of October. So guys, many of you were requested me that sir, like you made previous video, one shot video for coding question, make one more such video. Okay. So since tomorrow is your exam, so here I am with the video. This video will also consist of around 5 to 6 coding questions which are very important and were asked in previous years. So guys, do remember that in TCS questions do repeat, not the exact wordings but the pattern of the questions remains same. So make sure that each and every question that I am discussing in this video, it will be important for you. And guys, during the video I will be also telling you about the last minute preparation material for 2025 batch that I have made for TCS NQT purpose. Make sure do not skip any of these things during the video. Everything is very much important. Okay. And guys, before moving ahead, do join this telegram group. This telegram group is dedicated for 2025 batch students. For different companies I have made different videos. Okay, and I will continue to make them in the future also. So the link of this telegram group you will find in the description box. Make sure to join it and do hit that like and subscribe button for this channel, because lot more such videos for different companies I believe posting in this particular channel. So make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. So guys, now let's start this video. Okay, so guys, before moving ahead in the video, I would like to discuss with you about TCS NQT preparation material that I have prepared for the preparation of TCS NQT exam. So this particular material consists of previous year questions from TCS NQT. These are actual questions. So the PDFs, the material will contain 4 PDFs, one for verbal ability, 200 plus previous year questions, one for numerical and advanced quantitative, 250 plus previous year questions, reasoning and advanced reasoning, 150 plus previous year questions, and advanced coding questions also that were asked previously in TCS NQT, and this is also 50 plus questions. If I will show you the sample, you can see for TCS verbal ability, so question is there, options are there, and correct answer is there. So if you are like having your test in coming days, I know it is starting from tomorrow, but still many of you have next week also. So this particular material can be your last minute preparation material for TCS. So if you are interested in this material, it is just at a cost of rupees 99. The link of this link for buying this particular material is in the description box. Do check them out on my TopMed page. Okay, so guys, now let's move ahead with the video. Okay, so guys, first of all, we will be discussing the question. Then we will be discussing the approach of that question, and in the later part of the video, I will tell you how to write the code for the same in the exam. Okay, so let's just start by reading the question first. You are given two binary numbers. What are binary numbers? They are in the form of 0 and 1. Okay, now in the form of string, you are given two binary numbers in the form of a string. Okay, find out whether there is a possibility whether these numbers can become equal by rearranging their respective zeros and ones. So what we are given the question, see, we will be given a string that will be containing only 0 and 1. Now two strings will be given to us. Now we have to rearrange the zeros and ones in those strings so that both the strings can become equal. If by rearranging both the strings can become equal, then we will have to output the value as yes. Otherwise, if the we are rearranging also the two given strings cannot become equal, then we will have to output the value as no. Okay, so I hope now this particular statement of the question is clear to you. The more we will understand with the help of example, let's just see. Okay, so we are given here, for example, here you can see it is given, just a second. Okay, so it is given that we are given two strings 101 and 011. Now these two strings are given to us. Now you can see that 101 and 011 can be arranged within themselves to become either 101 or 011. So we can rearrange both of these strings like, so first of all, first string can also be rearranged like this, and second string is like this only. Okay, now next possibility is that what we do, we do not rearrange the first string remains like this only, and the next string, that is 011, we become we rearrange like this. So here you can see by single rearrangement only these two strings can become equal. Okay, so therefore we will output our yes, that by rearranging the number of by rearranging the zeros and ones in these strings, these two strings can become equal. So we will output as yes. But if this is not the case, then we'll simply output as no. Okay, now let's just see what will be the input that will be given to you. So input consists of three inputs are there. First is the length of the input string. Okay, first is the length of the input string, then next is the input string 1, next is the input string 2. Total three inputs will be given to you. First will denote the length of the string, and next two inputs will be these two different strings which will be binary strings, that will contain only 0 and 1. So now I hope the question is clear to you. Now let's just see how we can approach this question. Okay, so this question is very simple. See, in TCS NQT exam, there will be two questions. Both of those questions will be under the category of advanced coding question. But out of those two questions, one question will be of easy level, another question will be of medium level. Okay, so this is the easy one. I will make more videos of the medium question also, but this question is easy one. So what we have to do, we have to find a way wherein we can arrange these two strings to become equal. If we can find a way, then we'll print yes. If we cannot find a way, we will simply print no. Okay, so how we can do it? So we are given two strings here. We can write 101 and 011. Okay, now this is mandatory that the length of both these strings, that is this string also and this string also, the length of both these strings will be equal. Here you can see the length of this string is 3 and this string is also 3. So here in the initially only it is given the length of the input strings will be 3. So both of these input strings will have the same length. Now this is where we get an idea that how we can solve it. So what we will do, we will simply count the number of ones in the string, we will count the number of ones and zeros. Okay, so in the first string, the number of ones are 2. Okay, in the first string, the number of ones are 2, the number of zeros are, then it is 1. Okay, in the next string, that is the second string, again we'll count the number of ones and number of zeros. But are the number of ones are 2, number of zeros are 1 only. Okay, so now see, when we have these strings, when we have two strings with same amount of number of ones and with same amount of number of zeros. Okay, when we have the two strings with same amount of number of ones and same amount of number of zeros, then it is obvious that we can rearrange these ones and zeros in any order. Okay, we can arrange these in any order and we can also arrange these in any order. So once the number of ones and number of zeros in both the strings are same, in both the string, if they are equal, number of ones as well as number of zeros are equal, then yes, the answer will always be yes, that yes, we can arrange these two strings to form the same number, or you can say same string. Now let's just take one more example if there is some certain confusion. Now let's just see here. Now we take the length of the string as 3 only, so both the strings will have 3 length only. Okay, now next first string is 111, next string is 110. Okay, so these are two strings. Now can we arrange them in any order such that these two strings can become same? So here let's just count number of ones. Number of ones is 3, number of zeros is 0. In the next string, the second string, number of ones is 2, number of zeros is 1. So can we arrange any of these strings so that two strings can become equal? So the answer is no. With this configuration, that is number of ones and number of ones in both the strings are different. With this configuration, we cannot arrange these two strings by any method when so that these two strings can become equal. So there is no way of arranging this string or this string to so that the two strings become equal. Okay, so here the answer will be no. So the crust of this question, or you can say the main part of this question, is that we will calculate the number of ones and number of zeros in both these strings. If the number of ones and number of zeros in both these strings are equal, then our answer will always be yes. Otherwise, our answer will be no. So I hope now the question as well as the approach is clear to you, that we have to simply calculate the number of ones and number of zeros in both the strings, and based on those values, we will print yes or no. So I hope now the approach is clear to you. Now let's just move towards the coding part. Okay. Okay, so guys, for saving time, I've already written the code. So let's just understand the code one by one, because in TCS NQT compiler, you will have to write each and every line on your own. That is, from libraries to taking input, you will have to write on your own. Okay. So first of all, you will have to. I'm writing this code in C++. Okay, you can choose any language, Python or Java. So first of all, you will include these libraries. Then you will write the main function. Then you remember that first input was the length of the string. So int n denotes the length of the string. Next are the two strings, that is s1 and s2, that will be in binary form, that is 0 1 0 1. Okay, like this. Then we will take in two strings as input. Okay. Now what I do, I have told you the main aim of the question was, main solution of the question was, we have to count the number of ones in both s1 and s2, and we'll have to count the number of zeros in both s1 and s2. So for counting ones and zeros, we will require 4 variables. Okay. So we have defined 4 variables. That is, first I will count, that is counting 1 in the first string. next is counting 0 in the first string, next is counting 1 in the second string, next is counting 0 in the second string. Okay, so these are the 4 variables. Now what we'll do, we will iterate over each of these strings. First we'll iterate over s1 and then we'll iterate over s2. So now why we are iterating it, so that we can note the number of so that we can increment the value of count, that is how many ones and zeros are present in that string. So if our current value for first we are iterating s1, so if our s of I, that is current value of I, is 1, then we are incrementing the count of number of ones in the first string to plus plus. Else we are incrementing the value that the current value is 0, so we are incrementing that the count of number of zeros in the first string are plus plus. Okay, so these two variables are for the first string. Similarly, we are now, after iterating the first string, now we are iterating the second string. Again we are counting the number of ones and number of zeros in the second string. Okay, and we are updating the corresponding variables. Now once we have iterated two strings, now we have the number of ones in the first string and second string, and number of zeros in the second string and the first string. Okay, so now we will compare the values. Now if our number of ones in both the strings are equal, okay, and if the number of zeros in both the strings are equal, then we'll print yes, that we can rearrange a particular string to make two strings equal. I hope this is understandable. That is, if the number of ones in both the strings are equal and number of zeros in both the strings are equal, then we will print out, then we'll print yes. Else if any of this condition is not matching, then we'll print no. So I hope now the entire code is clear to you. This is how you will have to write the code in the exam if it comes to you. Okay, so now let's just test on certain test cases. So first of all, we are taking again length of the string is 3 and we are inputting 101011. Okay, so let's just see what will be output. The expected output is yes. Okay, so you can see here the expected output is yes. Now let's just change the strings. The first string becomes 111 and the next string becomes 011. So there is no way of rearranging 1 and 2 strings for making them equal. So let's just run it. So where expected value is no, so it should come out as no. Okay, okay, so you can see here no is coming out. So guys, this was it for this video. I hope you understood the code and this will pass all the test cases that will be given to you. And okay, so guys, before moving ahead in the video, I would like to discuss with you about TCS NQT preparation material that I have prepared for the preparation of TCS NQT exam. So this particular material consists of previous year questions from TCS NQT. These are actual questions. So the PDFs, the material will contain 4 PDFs, one for verbal ability, 200 plus previous year questions, one for numerical and advanced quantitative, 250 plus previous year questions, reasoning and advanced reasoning, 150 plus previous year questions, and advanced coding questions also that were asked previously in TCS NQT, and this is also 50 plus questions. If I will show you the sample, you can see for TCS verbal ability, so question is there, options are there, and correct answer is there. So if you are like having your test in coming days, I know it is starting from tomorrow, but still many of you have next week also, so this particular material can be your last minute preparation material for TCS. So if you are interested in this material, it is just at a cost of rupees 99. The link of this link for buying this particular material is in the description box. Do check them out on my TopMed page. Okay, so guys, now let's move ahead with the video. I will discuss the question, then I will discuss the approach, and then I will be showing you the code of this particular question. And guys, by reading this question, you will understand that how a simple question can also be modified, can also look like a very difficult question. So make sure to watch this description of the question till the end, because I will show you that, see, the description of this question is very big, but at the end, and the end result will be a very simple question that you will have to perform. So do not just get disheartened by looking at the size of the question only. It is very simple question to implement. Just be with me and for this question. Okay, so let's just understand the question line by line. Okay, so Alice and friends are playing a game Coco. Okay, Alice is actually a mediator, and rest of the friends are seated on n chairs, one each. So there are n chairs. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so now Alice and friends are playing the game. So there are total 6 friends. Okay, Alice is a mediator and total friends will be 6. Okay, let's just suppose this is the total friends. And every friend is seated on the table. That is, one will be seated here, one will be seated here, one will be seated here, and so on. Okay, now Alice starts by providing a paper with a single digit number to the friend that is present on the number 1 of the seat. So this is number 1 seat, this is number 2 seat, this is number 3 seat, this is number 4, this is number 5, this is number 6. So what does Alice do? Alice being a mediator, he will give a sheet of paper he will give a sheet of paper to the friend who is sitting at number 1 with a number with a digit written on it. So let's just suppose it is a X digit that is written on it. Okay, let's just suppose like this. Now let's denote friends F, where F will be the size of n. So this is an entire array, and this array will be known as friends array. So this array is given a name called F. Okay, now F1 to Fn represents the friends seated respectively. So again I have told you that every 6 friends are there and every friend will be seated on a particular seat only. So this is also clear to us. Now, after receiving the paper with a digit, F1 will enact and try to tell F2 without speaking. Okay, again I am telling you, after receiving a paper with a digit, F1 will enact and try to tell F2 without speaking. Now, the friend at number 1 has got a paper, has got a sheet with a digit on it. What is a digit? It is X. Now what will he do? Here, now number 1 friend has the paper. Now what will he do? He will try to enact the digit and try to tell F2 without speaking. So what it is doing, he is playing damsharaz, you can say like this, that he will have a digit and he will have to enact that digit to number 2. He will have to enact that digit to number 2 and he cannot speak it. He will just have to enact that digit. Okay, I hope this point is clear to you. Next is similarly, F2 will communicate to the next person F3. This continues until the last person Fn understands the digit. Okay, so what is happening? Alice has given X to 1. Now X will enact that number and 2 will have to guess. Once 2 guesses it, then he will enact and 3 will have to guess. Once 3 guesses the number, he will enact and 4 will guess. He will enact and 4 will guess. Once 4 have guessed, 4 will enact and 5 will guess, and then 5 will enact and 6 will guess. Okay. So this will continue till the last friend have guessed the number. Okay. Okay, so what is now next thing? Next thing is this continues until the last person Fn understands the digit. Finally, the last person will write the digit on the separate page and give to the Alice. Again, the last person will write the digit on the separate page and give to the Alice. Again, it is a very important point. Now, what will happen? 2 will guess. 2 will guess the digit. 3 will guess. 4 will guess. 5 will guess, and 6 will guess. 6, the digit that 6 has guessed, he will write that digit on a piece of paper and will give to Alice. So let's just suppose 6 has guessed the number that is y. So give this y will give this paper to Alice. Okay, 6 will give this paper to Alice. Now Alice knows that he has given X digit to number 1 and he has received Y from number 6. That is the last friend. Now what will happen? Now see, Alice will compare here. Here we were. Alice will compare both the digits. If the digits are same, then Alice will give t-shirt to each of the friend. However, if the digits do not match, he will ask digits from each friend and give the t-shirts to that friend who understand the correct digit. So again, this is a very important point in this question. Find out how many friends did not understand the correct digit. Now what will Alice do? Now Alice has X also and Alice has Y also. Now Alice will compare these two digits. If our X is double equivalent to Y, then he will give the t-shirts to all the 6 friends. Then t-shirt to all the n friends he will give. Else, if X is not equal to Y, that is, let's just suppose Alice has given a number 2 and the last friend, that is 6th friend, has returned the number 3. Now X is not equal to Y. Now what will Alice do? Now Alice will ask every person, every friend, that what number they have guessed. So let's just suppose Alice has given 1 to the number 1 friend. Now 2 also guessed it 1, that it has guessed the correct number. Now 3 guessed it 2, but again 4 guessed it 1, 5 guessed it 1, and 6 guessed it, let's just suppose 3. So now what we'll do, you can see the starting number and the ending number are not same. Now Alice, since these are not same, now Alice will ask each of the friend that what number they have guessed. Okay, what number they have guessed, and he can see that 4 people have guessed the correct number. That is, correct number was 1 and 4 friends have guessed 1. So they are correct. Remaining 2 friends have guessed the wrong numbers. Okay, so now 2 friends have guessed the wrong number. Then what will happen? When the 2 friends have guessed the wrong number, the question was find how many friends did not understand the correct digit. So in the second case, when the last starting digit and last digit were not same, so 2 friends did not guess the correct number, so 2 will be the answer. And in the first case, where all the friends, where X and Y was equal, then all the friends guessed the correct digit, and for that, how many friends did not understand the correct digit? It was 0, because all the friends guessed the correct digit. So guys, see, this question was very simple. What is our input? We are given an array length, that how many friends will be there, and we are given the digits array, that is what digit the other person has guessed. Okay, so here you can see that 4 was given to number one, second also guessed 4 only, and third also guessed 4 only. So therefore all the three friends have guessed the same number. Therefore zero friend did not understood the correct digit. So here output will be 0. Next was total five friends were there. Alice has given number one to the first friend. Now second friend guessed 3, third friend guessed 4, fourth friend guessed 1, and second last friend guessed 2. So here how many people correctly guessed the number? That was 2 only. And the question we have to give, find how many friends did not understand the correct digit. So here 2 guessed it correct, so 3 were the friends who did not guess the correct digit. So this was the 3 as our output. So I hope now things are clear to you, that if our in starting and last number is same, if our first and last number are same, then all the friends have guessed it right, irrespective of the fact. See, here many of you have made mistake today, that is what it is given, you have not understood the question correctly. Alice will compare both the digits. If the digits are same, then Alice will give t-shirt to each of the friend. He does not, if the first and the last digit are same, then it does not matter that what were the numbers in between the friends. It might be 3. It might be 3 here, but the answer will be still 0. Because if the first and last digits are same, then he will give t-shirts to all the friends. How many friends did not understood the correct digit? It was 0. Okay. Okay, in this case, the answer will be still 0, because first and last digits are same. So, irrespective of the fact that how many friends, he will not, once first and last digits are same, he will not ask individual friend that what digits they have discussed. But when first and last digits are not same, like in this case, then he will ask the individual friends that how many of you have guessed correctly, and based on that understanding, we will return the number. So, I hope now this gist of the question is clear to you. Many of you have made the mistake in today's exam, like what you have done, you have simply calculated the number of correct guesses. In this case, the number of correct guesses are 2, so you have returned 1, that is one friend has not discussed has not guessed the right answer. Okay, so this is wrong. So here, if the starting and last digit are same, then we will not ask individual friends to tell their numbers. Okay, so I hope this thing is clear to you. So now this was the entire simple question that we have written, that if our x and y were equal, then we will simply return 0, because we do not have anything to do with the middle numbers. Okay, x and y were same, then again simple 0. Else what we were doing, we were simply calculating them. If x and y are not same, then we are simply calculating that how many of you guessed the correct number. That was 2, and how many of you guessed the wrong number? That will be, we have to return. That will be return 3 here in this case. Okay, so I hope now this understanding and the approach of this question is clear to you. Now let's just dive into the coding of this particular question. Okay, so guys, I know the video is has become very long. So for saving time, I have written the code already. So what we'll do, we will first take our array as input. Okay, then we will take the values inside the array as input. Okay, now what we'll do, once we have taken all the values inside the array, now we'll check whether the first value or the last value are same. If the first value and last value are same, then it means that we will have to give t-shirts to all of the friends. Okay, it means that there were 0 friends who did not guess the correct answer, because once the two values are same, we are not bothered about the between values. Okay, so then we'll simply see out 0, that there were 0 friends who guessed the wrong answer. If our first value and the last value are not same, okay, then we'll go into the else condition, and now we will check that how many of them did not make the correct guess. What was the correct guess? That was the first value. Now we will be checking that which of them did not make the correct guess. So once you have done it, then we'll print our count value. Okay. So I hope now this question is clear to you. Let's just see on the running part. So here 3 are the number of friends, 1 to 2 are their values, that the number they have guessed. So here starting value and the ending value are not same, so therefore we'll ask each of the friends that who has not guessed the correct answer, that will return. There are 2 friends who have not guessed the correct answer, so we'll return 2 here. So let's just see what will be our answer. We will simply return 2 here. So here you can see that we are simply returning 2 here. Okay. Now if all the three friends, I give you 1, 1, 1 and 1. Then let's just see how we'll run it. Then it should give us 0 as our answer. So again you can see 0 as our answer. That is all of the friends have guessed the correct number. Okay. So I hope now you have liked the video and you have understood the entire question. Okay, so guys, before moving ahead in the video, I would like to discuss with you about TCS NQT preparation material that I have prepared for the preparation of TCS NQT exam. So this particular material consists of previous year questions from TCS NQT. These are actual questions. So the PDFs, the material will contain 4 PDFs, one for verbal ability, 200 plus previous year questions, one for numerical and advanced quantitative, 250 plus previous year questions, reasoning and advanced reasoning, 150 plus previous year questions, and advanced coding questions also that were asked previously in TCS NQT, and this is also 50 plus questions. If I will show you the sample, you can see for TCS verbal ability, so question is there, options are there, and correct answer is there. So if you are like having your test in coming days, I know it is starting from tomorrow, but still many of you have next week also. So this particular material can be your last minute preparation material for TCS. So if you are interested in this material, it is just at a cost of rupees 99. The link of this link for buying this particular material is in the description box. Do check them out on my top mat page. Okay, so guys, now let's move ahead with the video. Okay, so guys, the pattern of this video is same, that first I will be discussing the question, then I will be discussing the approach of that question, and then in the later part of the video I will be discussing the code of this particular question. And guys, do hit the subscribe button if you have not subscribed till now. Okay, so let's just move towards the question. Here the question here is, Bob is going to bet today on horse riding. Okay, there are n horses listed in a sequence of 1 to n. The probability of winning of each horse is different, so the prices for making a bet on the horses are not the same. Okay, there is no limit on the number of horses on which he can bet. So it is possible that he can bet one horse, it is possible that he can bet two horses, or it is possible that he can bet all on all the n horses. Okay, okay, so now, but he thinks that if he bets on the continuous sequence of horses, then he has a better chance of winning. So let's just see what does continuous sequence means afterwards. Okay, now at present just read the question. Okay, so now Bob will get k units of money if any horse on which he bets will win. Okay, but as the award is only k units, so he wants to put money less than k so that he does not end up losing. Okay, next is Bob wants to bet as many horses as he can. So what does, till now what we have, what we have understood, like there are horses, and price for every horse betting is for every horse is different. Like here it is x, here it is y, so z, here it is. Okay, so price of bet on every horse is different. Now what does, how much money does Bob have? So Bob have k units of money. So here you can say k units, or you can say k rupees Bob has. Okay, now he wants to bet on the horses, but he's saying that he thinks that if he bets on the continuous sequences of horses, then he has a better chance of win. What is a continuous sequence means? Let's just suppose there are horses 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. So these are the horses. So now if he is betting in the continuous sequences, then he has a better chance. But this continuous sequence, this is a continuous sequence, like 2 3 4, these are continuous sequence, 3 4 is also a continuous sequence, 3 4 4 5 6, like this. That is, you can say a sub array. If he bets on the horses in a sub array, then he has a better chance of winning. So now we know, now for the price of every horse is different, betting on every horse is different. So let's just suppose there is horses 1 2 3 4 5 6. Now the price here is 10 rupees, here it is 5 rupees, here it is 6 rupees, here it is 8, here it is 9, here it is, let's just suppose 7 rupees is here for betting, okay, on this horse. Now he says that if he bets on the continuous horses like this, then he has a better chance of winning, and he wants that he only have k units of money, and he will only put less than k amount. That is, he will only, let's just suppose if he has 100 rupees, if k value is 100, so the betting amount, the total amount that he wants to bet will be always less than 100. So betting amount is always less than, will always less than k, that is always less than 100. But he wants that he should bet on the continuous sequence of horses. So as many horses, we have to find that how many horses he can bet on, that is maximum number of horses he can bet on given the condition that he can bet only in continuous manner, plus he can only spend less than k amount. He can only spend less than k amount. So we have to find that how many horses, maximum horses he can bet on, which are in continuous order, plus they have the total betting price less than k. So I hope now the question is clear to you. So here the last line also say, please help Bob to find out the length of the maximum continuous sequence of horses on which Bob can place bet, and remember he will invest money less than k only. So he will bet on the continuous sequence of horses, and the total amount that he will be betting will be less than k. K will be given to us in the question. Now, next point is, if there are more than one possible combination, Bob will bet randomly on any of the chances, any of them. So let's just suppose first bet that he's making is this 5, 6, 8. Okay, these are continuous horses. So total money is again less than k. Let's just suppose k value is 20. Let's just suppose k value is 20. So you can see that your total amount is less than 20. Now next thing, the next bet is next he can bet is 9, 7 here. So here total amount is 16. Here it was 14 plus 5. It was 19. So here on three horses he can bet. Here on two horses he can bet. So since we have to find the maximum number of horses, so answer will be 3 here. Okay. And if there were two possibilities that two orders, two combinations are present, like this 5, 6, 8 is also present, and 8, 9, 7 is also present, so he can randomly bet on any of these combination to win. Okay, so again we just have to keep these two in mind. That is, we have to find that the maximum number of horses he can bet which are in continuous order, and total bet amount is less than k value. So now let's just understand with the help of the example that what the question is actually trying to say. So here you can see the number of horses are 10. These are number of horses. Okay, the k value is 100. That is the amount of money that Bob can spend, but it should be less than k. That is, it should be less than k. That is less than 100. Okay, now these are the betting prices. These are the betting prices of different horses here. So now you have to tell that what are the maximum number of horses that are in continuous order, plus the bet amount, total bet amount is less than the k value. Okay, so here you can see, just a second, let me just do it. Okay, so here you can see that there are some combinations that are present, that is 5, 20 and 20. So here the total value will be 90. The number of horses that are bet are 3. Here also you can see the total value is 30 on the betting price, and they are in continuous order, and the number of horses are 3. Okay, and if you see this input very carefully, then you can find that no more combination occur which have length greater than 3, greater than 3. So here the answer will be 3. So two combinations are present of the same length, so he can bet on any of these combination, and we will just have to return the maximum number of horses he can bet on. So here it is, the answer is 3 here. Okay, so I hope this thing is clear to you. You can see the total betting amount is less than the k value. The total betting amount is less than k value. Let's just understand the example, next example, and then we will see the approach. Okay, so next example again here is 10, 100, and these are the betting amounts of every horse. So here the output is 1. How it is 1? So if you will see that the total value of the betting horses should be less than the k value. So if you see in this particular example, there is only single values that are present. Here you will say that we can take 20 and we can take 60. So the total amount will be 80. But in the question it is mentioned that they must be in continuous order. So if to include 20 and 60, you must also include 90 also. So here this particular combination will be not possible. And if you see the continuous combination, then no such combination of two or more horses are present. So here the single combination you can take. One is there, one combination is this, second combination is this, third combination is this, fourth is this, fifth is this, sixth is this, seventh is this, and eighth is this. And also these are also combination. Okay, so these are also combination 9. So every combination is a single horse. So here the output will be 1. Since all these combinations are giving me the same result, same number of horses, so I can bet on randomly on any of the horse, but the answer will remain that I can only bet one horse only. So I hope now the question as well as the example is clear to you. Now let's just see the approach of this particular question. Okay, so guys, now let's just see the approach of this question. Now what we'll do, see, we will be using a sliding window approach in this particular question, wherein our sliding window will be denoted by I and j values. That is, the elements inside this I and j will be the elements in the current sliding window. Okay. Now sum here represents the sum of the bets that we have placed inside that sliding window. So if our I value is here and j value is somewhere here, so this sum will represent the sum of the bets inside the sliding window. Okay. Now count. Count will store that how many horses are present in the current sliding window. Okay. How many horses will be present in the current sliding window. And F count, that is our final count. This variable will store that what is the maximum count that we have reached when our j value, when we will traverse this entire array, when we'll traverse this entire array and our j value will move at the end, then the value in the f count will denote that inside this particular array where what was the size of the sliding window that met our all the conditions, that is the amount of money spent should be less than k, and there should be maximum continuous horses on which we can place bet. So here it will f count will show us that when our array will be traversed fully, this value this f count will store the value of the final answer here. Okay, so let's just see how we will be moving ahead with this approach. Just a second. Okay, here it will be j value. Now say we are in the starting, we have I equal to 0 index, j equal to 0 index, sum equal to 0, count equal to 0, f count equal to 0. Now we will always add in the sum with the help of the j variable, and we will always decrease in the sum with the help of the I variable. So you will get more clarity once we move ahead. Okay, so what will happen? Now see, what is the j value? It is 30. What is the current sum value? It is 0. So what we'll do, we will check if we add the j value into our sum value, if we add our j value with our sum value, is it crossing our k value? Is it crossing our k value? So here sum value has become 30. So is 30 greater than k? Is 30 greater than k? No, it is not overshooting. So yes, we can place our bet on this particular, horse. So our sum value will become 30 and our count value. So once we will be able to place our bet on this j, on this horse, what we'll do, we will simply increment our j variable. Now our j value has been incremented and we have successfully placed our bet on this 30, on this 30th horse. So therefore our count value has become 1 here. And at every step we will be checking the comparing the f count with our count. So f count will store the maximum value of f count and count. So here the value of f count is 0 and the count is 1. So what is the maximum value in f count that will be coming? It will be 1. So here count is 1, here count is 1, f count is 1, count is 1. Okay, now we have moved to this jth location. Now again we'll check whether adding the value, whether placing the bet on this particular horse, can we do that? So we will do 30 plus 40, we will check here. So 30 plus 40 is 70 here. So is 70 overshooting our k value? Is 70 overshooting our k value? The answer is no. That is this 70 is less than k only, so it is a valid bet, because till now we have placed our bet on this 30 and now we can place our bet on 40, because total value will be 70 and these two horses are you can say continuous only. So this 70 is less than 100. So this horse, we can again place our bet on this horse. This is a valid horse. So once this is a valid horse, then what we'll do, we'll simply do j plus plus, j will move to the next location. We will do count equal to 2, that is on 2 horses that are meeting our condition. By meeting our condition, we are successfully able to place bets on the 2 horses. Now again we will compare f count with count. Since f count will contain the maximum value of f count and count, so f count value will update it to 2 here. Okay. Now we have moved towards the j. Now again we will check. Now our sum value is 70. Now our sum value is 70. Okay. Now we will again check. Just a second. Now we will again check, is the current horse we can place bet on. So 70 plus 50 here, it gives us 120. So can we afford this? So answer is no, because 120 will overshoot our k value and our sum value should always remain less than k. So this means that this placing the bet on the j is not a valid answer. It will not be a valid move. So for considering j, what we have to do? We will have to squeeze our window. So here window size till now has been represented by I and j. So I and j, this will be our window size. Okay. So since now our value of sum has overshooted the k value, what we'll do? We'll start to decrease the size of the sliding window. So now what we'll do? We will first of all subtract the value of this ith variable. We will first of all subtract the value of this ith variable from the sum, that is 120 minus 30. It will be equal to sorry, what was our current sum? See, we were just checking here. Just a second. By doing 70 plus 50, we were just checking that whether it will shoot our value or not. Our sum value till now is 70 only. So now you can see that 70 plus 50 will overshoot our k value. So at this point, what we'll do, we will we will squeeze our sliding window, and by squeezing a sliding window, we will subtract this 30 value from the sum value. What was the actual sum value? It was 70. So 70 minus 30, 70 minus 30, we all know it is 40 only. Okay, and we will do I plus plus here. We will do I plus plus here. Now again we will check whether on the sum value, when we are trying to add the j value, that is 50, is it is it a valid move? And while, oh, okay, one thing I forgot, see, while we are moving from I here to I here, while we are doing this, what we'll do, our size of the window has decreased, so our count value, current count value will also decrease. It will become 1. Okay, now our I value has come here and our count value has become 1. Now f count will again compare, f count will be 2 and count will be 1, so therefore f count will represent 2 only. Now our I value has become here. Now what we have done, now we will compare our j value, that is 40 plus 50, it is 90. So 90 is a valid move. So 90 is a valid move. So again, since it is a valid move, we will again move our j value to the next pointer, and we will update our count value to 2, because this count value of 2 represents these two elements, that is 40 and 50. These two elements have been represented by this count value. Now again f count and count are same, so f count will not update itself. Now again we will check, the current sum value was 90. Now we will check, now we will add j value, that is 20. 90 plus 20, is it a valid move? We are just checking, is it a valid move? Our current sum is still 90, but 90 plus 20, is it a valid move? So answer is no, it is not a valid move. So what we'll do, again we'll try to squeeze the window size. How we'll squeeze it? We'll subtract the I value from the sum value. What was our sum value? It was 90. Sum value was 90. We'll subtract 40 from it. It will become 50 here. And once we have subtracted it, we will move I plus plus. We will move our I here and I here. Once I has moved here, now the count value will be decreased by 1. That is 2 will now become 1. Count minus minus. It will now become 1. Now again we'll check whether this 50 plus 20 we can add. So answer is 70. So answer is 70. Yes, this is a valid move. So this value can be taken into account. Now j value will move to now j value will move ahead. So this 20 we have considered and this 50 also we have considered. So this count value has become 2 here. Okay. Now our current sum value is 70. Now our current sum value is 70. Now we will check the 70 plus j, that is 70 plus 20. Is it a valid move? So yes, it is a valid move. So it will become 90 here. Count value, j value will move here. J value will move here. Count value will become 3. And you can see count value is greater than f count. So our f count will also get updated to 3 only. So it will become 3 only. So our total sum has now become 50 plus 20 plus 20. Count value is 3. So these three elements have been considered. Now our current sum value is 90. Now our current sum value is 90. Now we will check 90 plus 10. 90 plus 10 is equivalent to 100. But we can only spend the money that is less than 100. So 90 plus 10 is 100. So this is not a valid move for us. So when it is not a valid move for us, what we do? We will squeeze this sliding window and we will subtract the ith value from the sum value. So sum value was 90. 90 minus 50, that is 40 here. 90 minus 40, that is 90 minus 50, that is 40 here. We will do our I plus plus. We will do our I plus plus. I value will move here. And now our count value will decrease because we have done I plus plus. It will become 2 here. Okay. Now see. Now again we'll check on this 40. Can we add this jth value? 40 plus 10 equal to 50. So yes, we can do it. So what we'll do, since it is a valid move, we can move j ahead. We can move again count to value of 3. Again count and f count are same, so f count will not update. F count will remain 3 only. So this step will be continued till this j value reaches to the end of the array. So after this j values reach to the end of the array, this f count variable will know that where all the conditions have been fulfilled and how many horses we can bet on. So here you can see answer is 3 here. Okay. So I hope now the approach is clear to you. If it is not clear to you, then again rewind the video and see, it will be definitely clear to you. So if you have not subscribed to the channel till now, please subscribe it. And now let's just move to the coding part of this particular question. Okay, so guys, let's just see now the how we have to write the code. For saving time, I've written the code because this video has become too long, and main part of this video was approach only. Code you will be able to write on your own. So what we are doing, we are first taking the n as input, that is number of horses. Then we are taking the k as input, that is the maximum amount of money we can spend. Next we are taking all the bet amounts of the different horses till n value. Okay. So now we have taken 5 variables. As I have told you, I variable, j variable, sum, count, and f count. I have told you in the approach section for what all these variables are useful. Now let's just see what we are doing. I have told you that, see, while our j value is less than n, so we will have to iterate over the array till where we will have to iterate the array. While our j value reaches outside the array, that is j is less than n. So till then we have used the for loop. Now this if condition I have not told you in the approach, but I will come back to it on later part. Let's just first see else if conditions and else condition. Now see, earlier our sum was 0. Earlier our sum was 0. At every point we were checking whether the sum value plus ARR of j value, whether our sum value plus ARR of j value, whether our sum value or ARR of j value is greater than k, is greater than or equal to k, whether it is overshooting the k value or not. So if the answer is yes, that yes they are overshooting the value, then what we were doing, we were shrinking our window. We were shrinking a sliding window. What we are doing, we are simply subtracting ARR of I, the ith value from the sum value. Then we were doing I plus plus, and we were doing count minus minus. I have told in the approach that why we have done this, to shrink the sliding window. So if the sum plus ARR of j value were greater than k, so then we are approaching this step. Okay. Now else condition, that is when our sum value plus ARR of j value is equivalent to is less than k, okay, then what we are doing, that is the else condition. Then what we are doing, we are simply increasing the size of the sliding window. We are simply doing sum plus equivalent to ARR of j plus plus we are doing, then we are doing count plus plus. And after this loop is over, after this while loop is over, or at every iteration what we were doing, we were always comparing the value of f count with the count variable. You are always comparing. So and the max value of f count and count will always get added into the f count variable. Okay. And at the end of the loop, what we are doing, we are again doing the same thing. That is we are updating the f count value. Okay. We are updating the f count value. And in the end, what we are doing, we are simply see out f count, that is the how many number of horses we can place bet which are continuous in nature, and the total sum of total bet sum is less than k value. Okay. So this was the entire proposal that I have told you. Now there is one if condition that I have not told you in the approach, that is what if a particular element, what if a single element only is greater than or equal to k. That is, let's just see the case where okay, let me just copy, just a second, let me just copy these values. Okay. Now let's just see a case where a single element, okay, let's just suppose our k value is 35. Let's just suppose our k value is 35. And these are elements 30, 40, and 30, 40, and 30. Now, when our I value was here and j value was here, then this is easily, we can use this particular scenario. That is, we can easily place bet on this 30 value, because the entire sum for this single value was less than 35, and some value is also become 35. Now, let's just suppose we have our I value and j value at 40. Now see, 40 in itself is greater than k. We were always talking about the sum value to be greater than k. But here a single element is greater than k. So here what we have to do, we simply have to ignore this element. If we have, if anywhere in the array, we have a particular element that is greater than k, what we will do, we'll simply ignore that element, and we will start our entire process from the next element. That is, if we have encountered this 40 here, we know that 40 value is greater than k, so it is of no use. What we will do, we will start our entire operation again from the next value, that is from this value, next value after the large value. That is, from this value we will start the entire operation again on this particular array. So once we have encountered an current element is greater than k value, what we'll do, we'll simply do j plus plus, that is moving a j pointer j pointer to the next element, simply ignoring the current element, and we'll do I equivalent to j. Initially, you know that I and j were equal, or I and j were 0, so it means I and equal to j initially also. So once we have encountered a large element, that is the size is greater than k, then we'll simply do our entire operation again. We'll simply do our entire operation again from the next element. So we are simply ignoring that element by doing j plus plus, and we are simply placing the I value with the j value only, because initially also I and j were equal, and after this encounter also I and j were equal, and again we will be starting we are doing count equivalent to 0. We are doing count equivalent to 0. Okay. So here again you can initialize all the variables again, that is sum equivalent to 0, and f count again you can say no, not f count, because f count will always maintain the large value. So here again these operations will be done again. All the operations will be started from next element again, that is j plus plus by ignore, because we are ignoring the element I, we are making I equal to j, which was initially also I and j were equal, and count again we are starting from 0 only, and sum also we are starting from 0 only. So this code again, let's just see on the inputs whether this is passing the test cases or not. So let's just first say, let's just run on this particular input, that is 10 90 80 20 90. This was example 2 of this question. So here the answer will be 1, because only a single element is present which is less than k. There is no two elements which are continuous, and we can sum them so that their value become less than k. So here the answer will be coming out to be 1. And if we talk about the first input that we have taken, it was this only. Let me just copy it. So I think it will give us the correct answer. That was 3, where it is. Okay, so let me just copy from here. And guys, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe it, because it gives me immense, you can say, motivation to make more such videos. Please hit the like button if you have not hit the like button till now, and please share it with your friends as soon as possible. Okay, let me just run this particular input. It will show you that our answer expected output is, what is our expected output is 3. Okay, so let me just run it. Okay, so here you can see that output is coming as 3. So now let's just see what is our in a case where our single element is greater than a k value. Okay, so let me just say that we are inputting only three input values. K value is 100. First value is, let's just say, 12. Next value is 110, and next value is 11. Let's just say it is 30 and 40. Okay, so it will give us 4, it will give us 2 as our answer. The expected answer is 2. Let's just see what it will give us. It will give us 2 only. Okay, so you can see here 2 is giving us, because see at 1110 what has happened, this 1110 value is greater than 100. So our entire operation will start from the next element, that is from the operations that we were starting from initial of the array. Now we will start all the operations from the next element, from this large element. So these two variables are, we can take, these two horses we can bet on. Okay, so guys, this was the code, and this will pass all the test cases that will be given to you. Okay, so guys, before moving ahead in the video, I would like to discuss with you about TCS NQT preparation material that I have prepared for the preparation of TCS NQT exam. So this particular material consists of previous year questions from TCS NQT. These are actual questions. So the PDFs, the material will contain 4 PDFs, one for verbal ability, 200 plus previous year questions, one for numerical and advanced quantitative, 250 plus previous year questions, reasoning and advanced reasoning, 150 plus previous year questions, and advanced coding questions also that were asked previously in TCS NQT, and this is also 50 plus questions. If I will show you the sample, you can see for TCS verbal ability, so question is there, options are there, and correct answer is there. So if you are like having your test in coming days, I know it is starting from tomorrow, but still many of you have next week also, so this particular material can be your last minute preparation material for TCS. So if you are interested in this material, it is just at a cost of rupees 99. The link of this link for buying this particular material is in the description box. Do check them out on my TopMed page. Okay, so guys, now let's move ahead with the video. Vijay, an industrialist, recently opened a fuel industry. There are n number of different categories of fuel, and each fuel is stored in a fixed size container. Size of each container can vary from fuel to fuel. Okay. Hari, a fuel merchant, visited Vijay's industry and he wanted to purchase fuels for his shop. Hari has a limited amount of money K and want to buy fuel. Hari will not buy more than one container of any fuel category. Hari wants to maximize the overall volume, that is the sum of volumes of fuel he buys. Your task is to get the maximum overall volume of fuels which Hari can purchase. Okay, till now I know nothing has been clear to you that what is the question. You just have not got the basic idea, but the question will be clear to you once we see the examples and once we see that how the output is coming out to be. Okay. Now, given the number of categories of fuels n, money units k, price of a container of each category of fuel and volume contained in the container for each container, you will have to find the maximum volume that Hari can buy. Okay, let's just see with the help of example. I know the question is not clear to you. Okay, so see the input. So first is 5, that is how many containers of fuel we have. Next is 105, that how much money Hari can spend in buying fuels. Okay. Next is the prices of different containers of fuel. First container has price 10 unit, then again 10 unit, then 40 units, 50 units, and 90 units. And in that container, how much quantity of fuel is there? It is 10 kgs, 20 kgs, 20 kgs, 50 kgs, and 150 kgs. So now Hari has 105 kgs. So he has to buy maximum quantity of fuel that he can buy. So here you can see the maximum quantity he can buy is of this particular thing, that is of this particular combination, that is 20 plus 150, that is 170. But will be price will be 10 plus 90 equal to 100. So for 100 rupees he can buy 170 kgs of fuel. That this is the maximum he can buy. So any combination we will, other than this combination, any combination if you will try in this particular example, you will not get. Okay, so 170 is the maximum amount of fuel that he can get. Okay, and he can have to spend 100 rupees. Maximum he can spend 105, but again it is maximum, so 100 rupees can also be spent. Okay, so I hope this question is this example is clear to you. Now let's just move towards the next example. Okay, next example is again we have 5 fuels that are with us. 100 rupees Hari can spend, and the price and quantity are same here: 10, 20, 30, 40, and 100. Okay, so how much money, how much quantity of fuel Hari can buy? So here you can see that there are some combination. So here 100 rupees, 100 rupees. So first of all, he can buy all these 4 containers and quantity will be 100 only. 10 plus 20 plus 30 plus 40, it is 100. Next option is that he will buy only one fuel of the price 100 and quantity will also be 100 only. So out of these two, which he can buy any of these containers, and the answer output will be, output I forgot to write, output will be 100 only. That is maximum quantity he can buy of 100 rupees, it will be 100 only. Okay, so I hope now the question you have got the basic idea that given the prices of different containers and given the quantity of different containers and you are given a particular amount that you can spend. So now your task is to find the maximum quantity of fuel that you can buy using that sum, that is using the sum of 100 rupees or any of the uh, money that is given in the question. Okay, so I hope now this particular question is clear to you. Now let's just see the approach is very important for this question as it is a DP related question. So DP approach requires a certain understanding, so please make sure to watch the approach, and if the approach will not be clear to you, then make sure to watch the code. Many things will be clear to you from that only. Okay, so now let's just move towards the approach part. Okay, so guys, I hope the question is clear to you. Now let's just move towards the approach that how we'll be solving this question. See, this question will be solved using the DP method. So many of you do not know what is DP, so it is dynamic programming. So how come we know that this is a DP question only? So guys, this comes with the practice. Okay, so now I am not going to waste any time to tell you that how we got to know that this is a DP question, because if you have practiced DP questions, then you know that it will be solved using DP. So what we are doing in this DP, it's a DP question in which we will forming a DP array. Okay, so here what we'll do, we have a 2D array. This is our 2D array. This is our entire 2D array that we are forming. Now on the columns, what does the column represent? The column represents the sum value. So now the total amount of money that we had with us is 10 rupees. So each and every column represent 1 rupee of it. So starting from 0, then next column will represent 1 rupee, then next column will represent 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 till the column equivalent to sum, that is the 10. So we have 10 rupees, so last column is 10 rupees. Now what does these rows represent? Rows represents that at a particular time how many items are available to us. Like this row represents that at this given point 0 items are available to us. Next row represents if 1 item is available, that is the first item is available. Second row represents total 2 items are available to us. Third row represents that is this row represents that total 3 starting 3 items are available to us, and similarly like all the other rows. Now for better understanding, with corresponding to these rows, I have written the price and quantity also, of that fuel. Okay, so here if one item is available to us, then the price is 1 rupee and quantity is 10 liter. You can say 10 liter. Okay, if two items are available to us, that is these first two items are available to us, that is total price is 2 rupees and total quantity that is available to us is 30 rupees. Okay, now what we have to find, that given the sum and given all the items, we have to find the maximum amount of oil that we can buy using a particular sum. Okay, so let's just, what we'll do, this is array, we will fill the array, and when we will fill this particular field, when we will fill this particular value, then this will be our answer. We will be filling all these values one by one, and I will tell you how to fill these values. Okay, now let's just suppose here we have, I have told you that this column represents the amount of sum that we have, and this row represents the number of items that are present with us at a given point. Now let's just suppose we will, first of all we will fill all the things row by row. This table will be filled row by row. Okay, this table first, this row will be filled, then this row will be filled, this row will be filled, and finally this row will be filled, and this will give us the value at this place will give us the answer. Okay, so now let's just suppose we are filling the first row. Let's just suppose we are filling the first row. Okay, like this. Now first row. Now what does this represent? See, we will fill, see, first row we are filling, and we will fill cell by cell. So first this cell will fill, then this cell will fill. So let's just do it one by one. That is what does it represents. Now see, what does this cell represents? This cell represents that at a particular time, at this point, we have zero amount of money with us. We have zero amount of money with us, and there are zero items that are present with us. So since we have zero amount of money and we have zero items that are present to us, then how much quantity we can buy? So answer is zero, because see, we have zero amount with us plus zero items are available to us. So how much items we can buy? That is zero only. Now coming to next column, this is this column. What does this column represent? That is at this particular time we have 1 rupee with us and zero items are available to us. So we have 1 rupee and zero items are available to us. So how much quantity I can buy? We can buy zero only. Why zero? Because we have the money, but items are not available to us. So how we will buy it? So zero only. Next coming to 2, we have 2 rupees. We have 2 rupees with us, but zero items available. Therefore zero here also. Then we have 3 rupees, zero items available. Therefore again zero. 4 rupees available to us, zero items available to us. So zero only. We can buy 0 rupees only. So in this first row, all the values will be zero only. Okay, all the values will be zero only. Okay, see, we are filling this DP array from top to bottom. Okay, from top to bottom we are filling, and we will get our answer here. Okay, we will get our answer here. So why there are some rules for solving DP problem. So first of all, first row you will have to fill, and then you will have to fill the first column also. So first row we have filled, that is 0 0 0 0 0. All values are zero, because I have told you that even if we have the money but no items are available to us, so all the values will be zero. So how much quantity we can buy? We can buy zero quantity only. So now we will be first filling the first column also. So first row I have filled. Now I will be filling the first column. Okay, just a second. Okay, so now I will be filling the first column. That is this column we will be, oh sorry, this column, I'm really sorry for this handwriting, this column we will fill in. Now let's just again come to this particular point. This particular cell we have to fill, this particular cell we have to fill. Now what does this represent? That at this particular time we have zero amount of money with us, but one item is present with us, one item is available to us. We have zero amount of money, one item available to us. So how much quantity we can buy? Again it will be zero. Why zero? Because we have zero amount of money. Items are available to us, but we have zero amount of money. So how much we can buy? Zero only. Again, we have zero amount of money with us, but two items are available to us. So how much quantity we can buy? Zero only. Again, this also zero. Again, if consider this cell, what does this represent? We have zero amount with us, zero amount with us, and four items are available to us. So how much quantity we can buy? Again, we can buy zero only, because no money is present with us. So here also zero will come. So now what we have done, we have filled the first row, we have filled the first column. Now all the values will be filled row by row. All the values will be filled row by row, and how the values will be filled, I will tell you. Okay, so just do not skip any part of the video because this is a very important question. Similar question can be asked from you also in the exam, so make sure that you are watching this till the end. Okay, now coming to, now we will fill all the values row by row. That is, first this row will be filled, then this row, then this row. Okay, now what does, now we are at the, now we are at this particular cell. Now what does this cell represents? What does this cell represent? That is, at particular, this particular time we have 1 rupee available to us and one item available to us. We have 1 rupee with us and we have one item available to us. So this represents that one item is available to us, but what is the price of that item? It is not given. Okay, what is the price of that item? It is not given. Oh, we do not know at this particular time. Okay, so now here, therefore I have made these two sample arrays so that you can better understand it. So at this particular time we have 1 rupee with us and one item is available to us. Now what is the price of that item that is available to us? See, one item is available to us, it means that the first item is available to us. Okay, it is clear. That is, if two items are available to us, that is first two items are available. If three items are available, that is first three items are available. So here 1 rupee we have and one item is available to us, so that this means that this first item is available to us. Now what is the price of this item? We have 1 rupee with us, and you can see here the price of the item is also 1 rupee. The price of item is also 1 rupee. So can we spend the amount with us to get this particular quantity of oil? The answer is yes. That is, we have 1 rupee with us and the price of this item is 1. So therefore we can spend 1 rupee to get this quantity of oil. So what is the quantity? It is 10 here. Okay, what is quantity? We have spent our 1 rupee to get 10 quantity of oil. Okay, now coming to, now again I have told you that we will be filling row by row now. Okay, row by row we will be filling. Now first of all this row. So again, what does this cell represents? What does this cell represents? This cell represents that we have 2 rupees with us, but one item is available to us. That is, we have 2 rupees with us, but one item available to us. So what is that one item? One item is this one. This one is the first item. What is the price of that item? It is 1 rupee. So it means that we have 2 rupees. Can we spend 1 rupee to get this item? The answer is yes. So so yes, we will spend it, and what will be the what will we will get? But quantity we will get 10. Okay, so the again value is 10. Why? Because here the amount of money is increasing with us, but not the items available to us. So at this point also we will have 3 rupees with us, but only one item with us. So and the price of the item is 1 rupee only. So with 3 rupees with us, can we spend 1 rupee to get the item? So answer is yes. So what will be quantity we will get? We will get 10 here. Okay, so we will get 10 here. Again 4 rupees with us, only one item available. So 10 here, 10 here, 10 here, 10 here, 10 here, 10 here, and 10 here. Okay, all these value will be 10, because if you will see that in this particular cell 10 rupees are available to us, but only one item is available to us, that is of price 1. So can we buy that item? Yes, we can buy that item, and what will be quantity we will be getting? It will be 10. Now you will be saying that this is a very big 2D array. So will we be manually in code, will we will filling manually this particular values, like all these values 10, next all these values that will be coming are ordinary logic. So no, we do not have to fill manually. I'm just trying to make you understand that how these values are filled. Then once the value are filled, some of the values, some more values are filled, I will tell you a general formula that what does this particular array is following to populate these values. So just be with me, do not leave the video, because we'll will in exam it just a, you can say 9 to 10 line code it has, but you will have to understand it what logic it is to fill a particular cell. Okay, so now coming to the next row. First row we have filled, now coming to the next row. Now we have this particular cell. Now we have this particular cell. See, now the tricky question arrives. See, what happens? Now we have 1 rupee with us. We have 1 rupee with us, and how many items are available? 2 items are available. 2 items are available. Okay, we have 1 rupee with us and 2 items are available. So, and what is the price of 2 items? So these first 2 items are available and both are at the price 1 1. So it means that we have 1 rupee with us and 2 items available, both of price 1. So it means that since we have only 1 rupee available with us, so we can only buy a particular item only. We can only buy a single item. Though 2 items are available to us, but out of those 2 items, only one item we can buy. And what item we will buy? What item we will buy? we will buy the item which will have the large quantity of oil, because in the end we have to maximize our quantity of oil in a given price. So in this particular cell, what will fill? See, we have 1 rupee available with us and two items available with us, and both these items are of price 1 each. So we can only buy a single item out of these two. What item we will buy? Which have the highest quantity. So here, what will be the value that will be coming? The value that will be coming will be 20, because since we have only 1 rupee, we have to maximize our buying. So we will have 20 with us. Okay, 20 with us in this particular cell. 1 rupee available to us, two items available to us, each item was 1 rupee each. We can only buy one item, and what item we will buy which will have high quantity, that is 10 and 20. So out of 10 and 20, 20 we have pulled. Now coming to this cell. Now coming to this cell, what is this cell denoting? That we have 2 rupees available with us and two items available with us. Okay, 2 rupees, 2 rupees available with us and two items available with us. So what we'll do, but we will check the price of those two items. So you can see that those two items, these two items, first two items are of price 1 each. So can we buy both the items? So the answer is yes, we can buy both the items, because now 2 rupees are available to us. Now 2 rupees are available to us, therefore we can buy both the items. So once we buy both the items, what will be the quantity that we will be getting? So we have bought both the items, so quantity that we will be getting is 30, because 10 plus 20, 10 plus 20 is 30. So therefore we'll be getting, when we have 2 rupees with us and two items available with us, then we'll be getting 30 as our output. Okay, 30 as our answer. Now again, 3 rupees we have at this cell, 3 rupees are available to us and two items are available to us. So what we will be buying? We will be buying, we will buy buying both the items, because 3 rupees we have and 2 rupees only we have to spend till now. Okay, so therefore 30 here. So similarly 30 will also come here, 30 will also come here, 30 will also come here, 30 will come here, 30 will come here, 30 will come here, and 30 will come here. So now I will just be filling one more row like this, and then I will be telling you the logic that you have to follow in the code, that by what logic all these rows will be automatically filled, and you will just have to write a particular logic only, 1 to 2 lines only, if else conditions. Okay, one row like this row I will be filling manually, but the fourth and fifth row I will try to fill using that logic only. Okay, so I hope you have understood till now. Let's just see for one more row. Okay, now what is the scenario? See, now what is the scenario? Now we have to fill this particular cell. Okay, this row we have to fill, this particular cell we have to fill. So now at this particular time we have 1 rupee with us and three items are available to us. These first three items are available to us and we have 1 rupee with us. So what will be the value that is coming into this cell? See, we have only 1 rupee. So this item is priced at 1, this item is priced at 1, but this item is priced at 4. So since we have 1 rupee only, we cannot buy an item with a price 4. So this will be rejected. Three items are available to us, these three. This item will be rejected because the price of this item is greater than the availability with us. Okay. So now comes these two items only. So these two items are available to us and 1 rupee only we have. So what is the amount that, what is the item we will buying? We will buying that which will have the high, large quantity, that will be 20 here. So therefore it will come as 20. Now again we have 2 rupees with us and three items are available to us. 2 rupees with us in this particular cell and three items are available to us. Again, since we have 2 rupees only, so we can consider these two items only, because the item of third is greater than the item that is greater than the price that we are holding. So again, since we have 2 rupees and two items, we can buy these two only. So again we will buy here, sorry, here it will come as 30. Okay, 30 will come here. Now we have 3 rupees and three items available to us for this particular cell. So again we cannot buy the last item because it is priced at 4 rupees. So, and we only have 3 rupees. So again we can buy the first two items and the value will come as 30. Okay, now the challenging part comes. See, now we have 4 rupees and three items available to us. See, we have 4 rupees and three items available to us. Okay, now what we'll consider? See, what are our chances? First chance is that we have 4 rupees, so we can buy this 4 rupee only. That is, we buy this one item only. That is of 4 rupee. That is, 4 rupee will 4 rupee one item. It will give us 20 as our output, because once we will buy this particular item, it will give us quantity as 4. Next option is that we do not buy this particular item. Instead, we buy these two items. That is, what we do, we spend our 2 rupees and we buy two items. That will give us 30 as our output. So in this case, what should we prefer? What should we prefer? I'm asking you, what should you prefer? So obviously, since we have 4 rupees, if we only buy this single item, only 20 quantity we will get, but it is less. If we, out of 4 rupees, if we only spend 2 rupees and get 30 as in quantity, so quantity is larger. So therefore, we will choose to buy first two items only, not the third one. Since it is available to us, and we can buy, but it is not necessary to buy it. So we will only buy these first two items so that our quantity will become 30. Okay. So now once we have 4 rupees and 3 items available to us, we will buy first two items, that is at price 30 only. Okay, that is at price 30 only. So again I am telling you, we are filling it manually, but I will for the next two rows I will be generating a formula that will just automatically fill all the rows. Okay, just be with me. I'm just explaining you this particular concept, that is very much important to understand that formula. Okay, so now coming to this cell. Now see, again here comes the chance. 5 rupees we have, 5 rupees we have, and 3 items are available to us. 5 rupees, 3 items available to us. Okay, 5 rupees and 3 items are available to us. Now what we can buy? So I am just saving your time and just telling you that we will buy these two items, because the combined price is 5 and quantity they are offering is 40. Quantity they are offering is 40. So we will be simply buying these two quantities, as these two items will give us the highest quantity. Okay. Now moving to the next thing, that is 6 rupees and 3 items. 6 rupees and 3 items. For this particular cell, we have 6 rupees available with us and 3 items available with us. So you can see here, what is the total price of these items? The total price of these items is 6 only. So it means that using 6 rupees we can buy all these items at once. So what will be the total quantity that we will be getting? We will be getting 50 as our answer. Okay. Next we have 7 rupees with us and 3 items available. So see, 7 rupees and total amount is 6 rupees. So 7 rupees is greater than 6 rupees. So we can buy all these 3 items. So the quantity will become 50 here. So similarly 50 here, 50 here, and 50 here. So now we have manually entered first 3 rows. Now I will be telling you the formula that we have to look for this particular for filling these values, because in exam you cannot just manually fill these values. Okay, so just be with me. I will tell you now the formula and I will explain each and every condition in that by filling the values. Okay, so let's just see it. Okay, so now let's just try to fill these rows with the help of a formula, simple formula that we can understand. See, now see here it will come as 20. Now 2 rupees, here it will come as 30. So I have pre-filled these values. You know why I have pre-filled. So here it will also come as 30. Now the main challenge will be here, that is 4. When we have 4 rupees and 4 items are available to us. Okay, sorry. So here it should also come as 4. Just a second. Again it will come as 30 only. Okay, so now main challenge will be here from this particular column. Now what we have to see, we have 5 rupees here. We have 5 rupees available to us and we have 4 items available to us. What are these 4 items? These 4 items are this only. Okay, now once we have 5 rupees and 4 items available to us, at every cell what we have to do, we will first have to try to find the quantity with the current item. We will, again just listen to me carefully, at every cell we have to find the maximum quantity without using the fourth item. Okay, without using the current item, and we have to find the maximum value of quantity with using the using the current quantity. Again let me just clear you. If we are present at this particular cell, we have 5 rupees with us, 4 items with us. Okay, correct. So now first of all, we know that 4 items are available to us. First of all, we have to find the maximum value when we are not using the current value. Like current value is 4. That is when we are not using the fourth item. Okay, current item we are not using. So value here is 4. That is 4 items are available to us. First we have to find the maximum value in which we are not using the fourth item, so here, when we are not using the fourth item, then what will be the scenario? When we are not using the fourth item, what will be scenario will be, we will have 5 rupees and we will have only 3 items, because we are not using the fourth item. We will have 3 items, we will have 5 rupees and we will have 3 items. So what will be the value? 40. So this value represents the maximum value that that we can get when we are not using the current item, that is when we are not using the fourth item. Next thing is, now we have to find the maximum value with using the current item, that is, see, we are at here 5 item, 5 rupees 4 items. It means that, can we buy the fourth item? Can we use the fourth item? Fourth item is priced at fourth item is priced at 5. So can we use it? So yes, because 5 rupees we have, so we can all definitely buy this fourth item. But should we use it? Should we use it? Because we have, in the end, our main motive is to get the maximum quantity. So now we will find the maximum value with using the current item. Okay. So now what we'll do? We will see 5 rupees with us, and current item is priced at 5 only. So the sum is 0 here. So when we have differentiated it, so it is 0. It means that we have spent all our money in buying the current item. So now what should be, once we have bought a single item only, so what will the quantity that it is giving? It is giving us 50. Here you can see that once we have bought this item, it is giving us 50. And when we have ignored this item, when we have ignored the current item, what was the maximum value we were getting? We were only have 3 items and 5 rupees with us. So what were the maximum value we were getting? We were getting 40. So out of these two values, what value is maximum? It is 50 only. So here we will place 50 value as an answer. Okay, I hope you got it. At every cell we have to perform this similar operation. Now we have at this particular operation. First of all, we will have to find a value in which we will have to ignore the current item. Ignore current item is fourth item. So once we have ignored the current item, then it means that we have 6 rupees and we have only 3 items left. So in that case, we have 50 as our maximum value. Now we have 6 rupees and we have to find the maximum value using the current item. So now let's just suppose we have bought the current item. Current item is fourth item. So it is priced at 5. So now here 6 rupees we had. 6 rupees we had and we have bought the current item. That is, with price 5 we have bought. So now quantity that we have bought of the current item is 50, plus we have still 1 rupee left. 6 minus 5 is the price of the current quantity. We have still 1 rupee left. What we will do? 6 minus 5, we will move back to back in this array. 6 minus 5, that will come as 1. Since we have bought the current item, we can only buy a particular item only once. We had 4 items, we have bought the current item, but now how many items are remaining? 3 items are remaining. Okay, so now we have current money with us is 1 rupee, and we have only 3 items left because we have bought the current item, that was fourth item. So it was 20. So 50 we had bought plus 20 maximum we can get. It is coming out to be 70. So out of 50 and 70, what is the maximum value? It is 70. Okay. Now again we will do the same thing. We have 7 rupee with us. 4 items we have. Okay. 4 items we have. First of all, find the maximum value without using the current item. That is, without using the fourth item. That is 50. Okay. That is 50. Because we have ignored the fourth item, we only remain 3 items. So 7 rupees, 3 items, 50 is the answer. Okay. Next, we have to find the value by using the current item. Okay. Now, 7 rupee we have. Current item is causing 5 rupees. Okay. So 50 quantity we have bought, plus how much money is remaining? Money remaining is 2. So we will come here. That is 2 money is remaining. 2 rupees are remaining. And since we have bought the current item, that is fourth item, how many items are remaining? Item remaining are 3. So here 50 plus 30 is remaining. 2 at 2 and 3, 30 is the maximum value we can get. So 30 here will come. Okay, so it will come as 80. Out of 50 and 80, what is maximum? 80 is maximum. Okay, I hope you got it. 80 is maximum. Again at this column also, 50 is the value, that is one value above, minus 8 minus 5 is 3. 3 comma 3 is 30. 50 plus 30 is 80. So here also 80 will come. Here also 80 will come. Again at 9 we have, once we ignore the current item, we have 50 as the maximum. Next value will be by using the current item, that will be 9 minus 5 is 4, and 4 comma 3 is 30. So 50 plus 30 is again 80. So here also 80 will come. And using 10, 10 50 comma, next is 5 here. 10 minus 5, 10 minus 5 is 5 only, and we have 3 items left, so 40 is the answer. 50 plus 40 is 90, so here 90 will come. Okay, so here 90 will come. So till here we have found, till here we have found that uh, once we have to ignore the value of the current item, that is just we have to take the upper value. Okay, once we have to ignore the value, next we have to subtract the value from the price, that is 10 minus price of the current item, that is 5. So it will be 5 only, so we will move at this direction. And now we have bought the current item, so we have only 3 items left. So under 5, 3 items left, it is 40. So 50 plus 40 is 90. So therefore 90 is bigger than 50, so 90 is coming here. Okay, so I hope this particular thing is clear to you, that how we are doing it. So it will be more clear with the help of the code that we will be doing it. So just be with me for the code purpose. Okay, so guys, using the same formula, I again filled the last row, that is, first we have to ignore the current item and we have to just take the above value. Now let's just suppose we have a case here. That is, see, 5 items are available to us. We have 4 rupees. Let me just delete all these things. We have 4 rupees and 5 items are available to us. Okay. So you will say, sir, that you are, first of all, you are saying 4 rupees and 5 items are available to us. You are saying that first of all, just ignore the current item and find out the maximum quantity. So we are ignoring this 5th item and we are finding maximum quantity, that is coming out to be 40. That is correct. But what about the second value? That is, now we have to consider, now we have to buy, now we have to buy the current item, that is 5th item. But we have 4 rupees and we have to buy the current item of 9 rupees. So now what will happen? So no, you will not buy in this case. So in this case you will have a if condition, that is, if our money that is with us is less than the price, less than the price of the current item, then we will not buy it. We'll simply write it 40 only, because we will only have one value, so we'll simply write 40 only. So here we will simply write 40 only. So I hope now the entire approach is clear to you. The question, the code is not difficult for this particular question. Only the approach was little tricky to understand. So let's just see the code. It will be hardly of 12 to 15 lines. Okay. Let's just see the code now. Okay, so guys, for saving time, as you all know, I have already written the code. I will just explain you line by line what is happening inside the code. So first of all, we have taken the number of units as input, that is how many type of fuels we have. Okay. Then we have taken the sum as input, that how much amount of money Hari can spend in buying the fuels. Then we have taken 2 arrays input, that is prices of the fuels we have taken and the quantity of the each of the fuel we have taken. Okay. Now I have told you that this is a DP question, so we have to form a DP array. And what will be the size of the DP array? The size of the DP array will be, rows will denote the number of items, that is n plus 1. Why we have used n plus 1? See, here amount how many items we have? We have 5 items. So if we make rows 5, so what will be the values inside those rows? It will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. But we require here 6 rows. So therefore we have used n plus 1 as a row. And how many columns? It will be sum plus 1, as stated again, that is sum is 10 here, sum is 10 here, so sum here is 10, so here it will give us 11 rows, so therefore we have used sum plus 1. Okay, now what we have to do, I have told you that we will have to first fill the rows, and then in this we have to fill the column. So first row and first column are 0. Why they are zeros? I have explained in the approach only. So first column, first row and first columns are 0, so therefore we have, inside this DP array we have made them. Okay, now comes the main part, that is we have to fill the DP array, and I have told you that particular logic part will not be more than 10 to 12 lines. Okay, so now there are few conditions. Okay, first of all, I have told you that whenever we have to fill a particular cell, whenever we have to fill a particular cell, what we have to do, we will first have to find the value, uh, let's just suppose we have to fill this particular cell. Okay, fill this particular cell. So first of all, what you do, you have to find the maximum value with by ignoring this particular item, that is we will not be using this item, and now we have to find the maximum value. So maximum value will be 70. Okay, now the next step was to find the maximum quantity by using the current item. So by using the current item, means we have to buy the current item. But what if the available amount with us is less than the price of that item, then we will not buy that item and we will simply use this 70 as our answer. Okay, so this is mentioned in the condition. So let's just suppose if our current item, if our current item j minus of price I, where j represents here, j represents the sum that is present with us at a particular time. If our money minus the price of the current item is equivalent to zero, it means that we can buy that item. We can buy that item. But again, at every step we have to take two conditions. One, by ignoring that item, and next by buying that item. So once it is equivalent to zero, that means we have spent all our money in this if condition. We have spent all our money in buying a single item. So in that case, what will be the maximum value? That is dp of ij. dp of ij, that is the value of that cell, will be equivalent to max of, I have told you, once we have to ignore the values, ignore that current item. So when we will ignore the current item, we will just look the item, we will just look the value above it. That is, if we are filling this cell, we will just look the value above it. That is 70 here. That is dp of I minus j minus 1. So here dp of I minus j minus 1. And since we have spent all the money in buying that particular item, what is the quantity that particular item is given to us? Then the second value will give us the quantity of that item. That is quantity of I minus 1. Okay. So both of these values, the maximum values, we will take as dp of ij. So this was the one condition. Next condition was, next condition is again similar. That is, if we are, it was first condition was that we have spent all our money in buying the current item. But the else if condition is that, what if we had an extra money and we have then bought the current item? Okay, then again we will have just two things to compare. That is, first of all, we will compare the value in which we have ignored the current value. That is, we will just take the above value. That is dp of I minus 1 j minus 1. This is the first value. Next value is the maximum quantity we have to find by buying the current item. Since we are current priced, current money with us is greater than the price of the current item, then it means that we can buy that item. So once we have bought that item, what amount of quantity it will provide? It will provide us the quantity equivalent to this quantity of I minus 1. That item will provide us. But still, j minus price of I will be greater than 0. That means we still have some money left with us. That is, we have given the condition, we have still have some money left with us. Let's just suppose we have 2 rupees left with us, and since we have bought the current item, since we have bought the fifth item, and 2 rupees are left with us, so how many available items are there with us? We will have 4 items that will be available to us since we have bought the fifth item. So 2 rupees we have, and 4 items are available to us. So what is the maximum quantity? That is 30. So what will be the value here? It will be dp of I minus this c, j minus of price of I. How this 2 came? We have 5, 5 minus 3 we had, there is 2. So therefore 2 came from here, and 4 items were available. So what will be the value that will be taking into account? It is dp of I minus 1 into value. What was value? Value was j minus price of I minus 1. So I hope this condition is clear to you. And else condition, let's just see else condition. What is the else condition? Else condition states that if any of these conditions will be false, if both of these conditions are not met, that means the amount of money that we have with us is less than the price of is less than the price of the item that we are trying to buy. If that is the scenario, that I have told you, like here, then we will only consider the value that was above it. Like we were filling this cell, now here we had 5 rupees with us, but the price of the current item was 9 rupees only. So here we cannot buy that item, so therefore we will just consider the above value, that is 70 only. That is dp of I minus 1 j minus 1. So here dp of I minus 1 j minus 1 will come. Okay, so I hope all the conditions are clear to you. I have discussed in detail about these conditions in approach, so kindly see the approach again if you have not been clear to these values. And in the end, what we will return, we will simply return the last value, last cell value, that is dp of n and sum. So guys, this was all for this video. I know it was a very large video, but thank you all for watching this video, and kindly subscribe this channel. It took a lot of effort for this particular question to come out, because I had to find a way so to make you understand that how these things are working. So I had made a lot of efforts in this particular question. So kindly hit that subscribe button and kindly hit that like button. Thank you for watching this video. Okay, so guys, before moving ahead in the video, I would like to discuss with you about TCS NQT preparation material that I have prepared for the preparation of TCS NQT exam. So this particular material consists of previous year questions from TCS NQT. These are actual questions. So The PDFs, the material will contain 4 PDFs, one for verbal ability, 200 plus previous year questions, one for numerical and advanced quantitative, 250 plus previous year questions, reasoning and advanced reasoning, 150 plus previous year questions, and advanced coding questions also that were asked previously in TCS NQT, and this is also 50 plus questions. If I will show you the sample, you can see for TCS verbal ability, so question is there, options are there, and correct answer is there. So if you are like having your test in coming days, I know it is starting from tomorrow, but still many of you have next week also, so this particular material can be your last minute preparation material for TCS. So if you are interested in this material, it is just at a cost of rupees 99. The link of this link for buying this particular material is in the description box. Do check them out on my top mat page. Okay, so guys, now let's move ahead with the video. Jack and Jill are playing a string game. Jack has given Jill two strings, that is A and B. So Jack has given Jill two strings, that is A and B. Okay. Jill has to derive string C from A. So she has to derive the third string from first two strings, that is A and B. How she has to derive? She has to derive C string from A by deleting elements from string A, such that string C does not contain any elements from string B. Okay. Jill needs to Jill needs your help to do this task. She wants you to write a program for the same. Given string A and B as input, derive the string C. So what? Let us see what the examples are. See, what we are given. We are given two strings, that is string A and string B. We are given. Okay. Now we have to derive a string C. How we will derive string C? Okay, what we'll do, we will take string A and remove all the characters from string A which are present in string B. So we have string A as tiger. So we will take the string A and we will remove all the characters from A which are present in B. Okay. So here's string A is tiger and string B is ti. So we will remove all the characters which are present in string B. We will remove them from string A. So what will be our remaining string? Our remaining string will be GER, because T and I are present in B. So therefore our remaining characters are GER. So our string C will be GER and this will be a simple output. Okay. Now next what we will do? Now next, let's just see next input. String A is processed and B is again ESD. Now we have to derive string C. How we will derive it? We will take string B, we will take string A, and we will remove all the characters from it which are present in string B. So here E, S, and D are present in string B. So this C string cannot contain ESD. Okay, so what will be our answer? It will be PROC, because E, S, E, D. So these are contained in string B. So therefore, our C will contain only PROC. So I hope now the question is clear to you. You have to simply delete the letters which are contained in B from A, and then you have to return the output. Okay. So it is a very simple question. So how we will do it? Let's just say take first example only, that is tiger. Let's just see the approach now. Tiger will be string A and TI will be string B. What we'll do, we will simply maintain a hash map. What is an hash map? Hash map stores key value pairs. So our key will be the character and our value will be the whether it is present or not. So what we'll do, we will traverse over the string B. We will traverse over the string B, and for every character we will present in string B, we will add it in our hash map. So now we are traversing string B. That is, first we have derived T. So what we'll do, we will enter T here in the hash map, and value will become true here. Value will become true here, that yes, T is present inside B. So therefore T value is true. Okay. Next is I alphabet, I letter. So I will insert in hash map. I will be inserted as key, and again value will be true, that it is present. Okay. Now what we'll do, now we have entered all the characters which are present in string B in our hash map. Now what we'll do, we will traverse our string A. We will traverse a string A, that is tiger. So first letter will come as T. First letter while traversing is coming as T. So we will check whether it is T is present in this hash map. So if it is yes, then what we'll do, first of all, C, we have to make a new string, that is C initially, that will be empty. Okay, C initially will be empty. Now what we'll do, we are traversing this tiger string. Now T is coming here. Now we will check whether this T is present in the hash map. If yes, it means that T will be present in the B string. Okay, so yes, T is present in the hash map. So we will ignore this T and we'll move ahead. So now moving to the next letter, it is I. Now we'll check whether this I is present in the hash map. So if yes, we will ignore that character and we will move ahead. Now next character is G. So G, you can say that is G present in the hash map? So answer is no, G is not present. So therefore we will add that G into a new string, that is C. Our C is a new string. Next letter is E. Whether E is present in the hash map? So answer is no, it is not present. So therefore we will add that character inside the C string. Next character is R. Is R present in the hash map? So no, answer is no, that no, it is not present in the hash map. That means we can add that alphabet inside our C string. So our final answer will be GER, that is our output only. So now I hope that the approach is clear to you. So guys, if you have not liked the video till now, please like it, and if you have not subscribed this channel till now, please subscribe it. So now let's just see the code of this particular question. Okay, so guys, for saving the time, I've already written the code. So let's just read the code line by line so that you can understand this. Okay. So first of all, we are taking string as our inputs. That is A or B that are given to us as an input. We are taking it. Okay. Next, we are declaring in hash map where I have told you it is a key value pair. Key will be a character and value will be a boolean, whether it is present true or false. Okay. Name of the hash map is MP. Okay. Next, what we are doing, we are placing all the values of the B string, all the characters of B string in the hash map. As I told you, we will placing all these characters of B string in this hash map. So here you can see that while we are looping over the values of B string and we are entering each of the value inside this hash map. Okay, MP of BI equivalent to true. So we are putting like this. Okay. So after this loop is over, all the characters that are contained in the B string are present in the hash map here. Okay. Now what we are doing, we are declaring a new string, that is C string, that is empty initially. Now what we'll be doing, I have told you that we will be traversing our A string, and whenever we encounter a character, that is present in the hash map, then we will ignore that character. Otherwise what we'll do, otherwise we will include that character in the C string. Okay, again I'm telling you, we will now traverse the A string character by character. At every character we will check if that character is present in the hash map or not. If it is present in the hash map, then we will ignore it. If it is not present in the hash map, we will simply add that character in our C string. So this particular loop is doing the same thing. First of all, we are traversing over the A string. We are checking whether that character is present in the hash map or not. If it is not present, then only we will be adding that character inside our C string. Otherwise, we will be ignoring it. Again, I'm telling you, if the current character is not present in the hash map, then only we will be adding that character inside our C string. Otherwise, we will be ignoring that character. And after this loop is over, we will simply see out our C string. Okay. So this was the entire code. I hope it is clear to you. Let's just see some test cases. First one is Tiger and TI here. Okay, let's just run it. Our answer should be GER. Okay, our answer should be GER. Okay, so here you can see that our output is GER. Let's just suppose now we take it. First one is Tiger. B string is TIGE. Okay, TIGE. So our output should be only R, only single R. Okay, so you can see that our output is only single R. Now let's just see both strings are same only. If both the strings are same, then our output should be empty string. Then there should be our empty string. That means nothing should be printed on console. Okay, so you can see that nothing is printed on the console. So this is the correct answer. Okay, so I hope now the entire question as well as the approach of this question was clear to you. Okay, so guys, before moving ahead in the video, I would like to discuss with you about TCS NQT preparation material that I have prepared for the preparation of TCS NQT exam. So this particular material consists of previous year questions from TCS NQT. These are actual questions. So the PDFs, the material will contain 4 PDFs, one for verbal ability, 200 plus previous year questions, one for numerical and advanced quantitative, 250 plus previous year questions, reasoning and advanced reasoning, 150 plus previous year questions, and advanced coding questions also that were asked previously in TCS NQT, and this is also 50 plus questions. If I will show you the sample, you can see for TCS verbal ability, so question is there, options are there, and correct answer is there. So if you are like having your test in coming days, I know it is starting from tomorrow, but still many of you have next week also. So this particular material can be your last minute preparation material for TCS. So if you are interested in this material, it is just at a cost of ₹99. The link of this link for buying this particular material is in the description box. Do check them out on my TopMat page. Okay, so guys, now let's move ahead with the video. So first of all, let's just see the question. So question is, Alice has a very unique problem. he has a string which contains elements from 0 to 9. Find the number of substrings of the string where sum of elements of the substring is not equal to the length of substring. Okay, so I know you have not understood the question very correctly. Let me just help you. So what you are given? You are given a string as input. So this is our string. Okay, this is our string as input. Now, uh, now this string contains the elements from 0 to 9. That is a single element at a single place can be ranging from 0 to 9 only. Now we have to find the number of substrings in this substring where the sum of the elements of those substrings are not equivalent to the length of the substring. So let's just break this question step by step. So first of all, what we will do? See, first of all, what we'll do, we'll find all the substrings of this particular string. So what are the substrings? Okay, so 2 is a substring, 0 is a substring, 1 is a substring, 2, 0 is a substring, 0, 1 is a substring, as well as 2, 0, 1 is also a substring. So these are all the possible substrings which are there. Okay, so now we will have to find that those substrings, the number of those substrings in which the sum of the elements present in that substring is not equivalent to the length of the substring. So what is the length of this substring? So length is 1, length is 1, length is 1, length is 2, length is 2, length is 3. Okay, so now what is the, now see, these are the different substrings, these are the length of the substrings. Okay, these are the length of these substrings. Okay, so now point here is we have to find the number of substrings in which the sum of the elements of those substrings is not equivalent to the length of the substring. So let's just find the sum of this particular substring. So sum of this substring is 2. Okay. Sum of this substring is 2. Sum of this substring is 0. Okay. Sum of this substring is 1. Okay. Sum of this substring is 2. Sum of this substring is 1. Sum of this substring is 3. Okay. So these were the length of the substrings, and these were the some of the elements of those substrings. Okay, so now we have to find the substrings in which the sum is not equivalent to the length. Sum is not equivalent to the length. So here sum is not equivalent to the length. Yes. 2 is the sum, 1 is the length. So yes. Okay, here it is, here is these values not equal. Okay, so here the sum is 0, length is 1. Sum is 0, length is 1. Okay, so here again it is correct, here it is not correct, here it is not correct, here also it is correct. That is, what is the sum of length is 2, sum is 1, length is 2, sum is 1. So here also it is correct. Okay, here also it is correct. And what is this sum is 3 and length is also 3, so this is not correct. So if these values are same, then do not have to print anything, but we have to find the number of substrings of the string where the sum of elements of the substring is not equivalent to the length of the substring. So sum is not equivalent to the length. So these three are the answers. So here the answer will be 3, not 2. Here the answer will be 3. Okay, so I hope now this particular question is clear to you. Okay, so here we have printed the answer 3. This is the correct answer. Okay, so I hope now the question is clear to you. What we'll do, we'll first of all find all the substrings which are present in that string. Then we will find the sum of elements of those substrings, and we will compare that sum with the length of the substring. If that is not equal, if both these things are not equal, then we will increment our counter to 1. And in the end, we will print the count of the substrings where the sum of elements of that substring is not equivalent to the length. So I hope now the question as well as the approach of this question is clear to you. Now let's just see if it is still not clear to you. Let's just see the coding part. Then it will be definitely clear to you. Okay. So I hope now all the things are cleared, and let's just move towards the coding question. Okay. So guys, for saving the time, I have already written the code. Let's just read the code line by line so that the things become more clear. Okay. So first of all, we'll be taking the n as input, that is the length of the string. Then we'll be taking actual string as input. Okay. And I have taken a count variable which will store that how many substrings are there for which the sum of elements is not equivalent to the length of the substring. Okay. So, okay. So first of all, what we had decided, we had to find all the substrings that are present. So for finding all the substrings, these two loops are used. These two loops are used for finding all these substrings. Okay. Now for a particular substring, to find a substring from I to j, this particular inbuilt method is used. That is, string subs is equal to str dot sub str I comma j, where I is the starting index and j is the length of that substring. Okay. Now we have got a particular substring. Now first of all, we will find the length of that substring. Okay, and then we will find the sum of the elements of that substring. Okay, so for finding the sum of the elements for that substring, we have used this for loop. That is for int k equal to 0, k less than subs dot length k plus plus sum plus equivalent to subs of k minus 0. So by this particular for loop, we are finding the sum of elements of that particular substring. Okay, so now we have the length of that substring and we have the sum. We have the sum for that particular substring for the elements. Now what we do, we have to compare this sum. We have to compare this sum with the length. If this sum is not equivalent to the length, then we will do count plus plus. Otherwise, we will not do anything. And when we will do this process for all the substrings, that is for inside both these for loops, then at the end of our answer we will simply print cout count. Okay, so I hope now this particular code is clear to you. Let's just see on the test cases that if it passes all or not. Okay, so first let's just see. Okay, we have taken 3 and 201 was our input. Okay, 201 was our input and we are simply running it. So it should give us 3 as our answer. As we have seen earlier, it should give us 3 as our answer. So here you can see 3 is coming out as an answer. Next test case that was present in the exam was 5 and 5 times 1. Okay, so in this case our answer should be 0 because there will be no substring in which the sum of the elements will not be equivalent to the length of that substring. Okay, so here the answer will be 0. If you want further, you can always dry run this particular code on this particular substring, you will find it. Okay, so it's 0. Therefore, the answer is 0 here. Okay, so I hope now all the doubts are clear to you, and this code will pass all the test cases that will be given.